What's up, Imp Knights? Today's topic will be about the tragic history of Carol Danvers and Rogue. Before this video gets started, I want you guys to hit the like button. I want you to hit that subscribe button, post a comment below. So how Carol's disdain for Rogue began is in Ms.Marvel Volume 1, Issue 18. There we are introduced to the character known as Mystique. Mystique lover Destiny at the time had prophesied that Captain Marvel would bring harm to her daughter Rogue. Now I want you guys to keep in mind, Rogue was a child soldier who was devoted to her mother. So she overheard Mystique talking to Destiny and decided to strike first before Carol can harm her. Rogue ends up ambushing Carol in her San Francisco home. A fight ensued, which leads to Rogue holding on to Captain Marvel a little too long. Rogue ended up absorbing the powers and personality of Captain Marvel, which wiped out Carol's very existence and becoming a blank state. Now, Rogue did try to finish Carol off by throwing her off the Golden Gate Bridge, but Spider-Woman ends up arriving and saving Carol before she can drown. From there, Spider-Woman took Carol to the X-Men for help. Well, Charles Xavier was able to restore her memories, but he couldn't restore her powers. Carol had no emotional attachments to her memories or the person she was, which had haunted her for a very long time. Because you see, just for people to have it in perspective, Rogue has stripped Carol of who she was, which caused Carol to hate Rogue for some time. Like, she hated Rogue for a really long time. But Rogue was acting in self-preservation, and she was doing it on her mother's behalf because she cared about her mother at the time. She was also involved with the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants back in those days. Rogue ends up meeting Carol again when Captain Marvel was working with the X-Men, helping them erase a file that the government had on them. This meeting wasn't much of a fight at this time because Carol hadn't regained her powers at this point, but they were surprised to see each other when they ran into each other. They would end up meeting again. This time, Carol has become binary. And how this fight came about is when Carol went to Charles Xavier for help with dealing with absorbing Carol's personality into herself. You see, Carol's personality began to overtake Rogue's mind. Charles decided he would help Rogue, which did not sit well with the other X-Men because of her history with Carol, and she had a lot of run-ins with them at one point or time. When Carol shows up to the mansion, she knocks Rogue out of Earth orbit. When Rogue comes back to Earth, she is again knocked senseless, this time through a bunch of trees. When the X-Men calm her down, she learns that Rogue is the newest member of the X-Men, where she tells Charles that she can't forgive Rogue, and she leaves the mansion. Their last fight comes in during the Phoenix 5 story arc. Carol ambushes Rogue to talk to Rogue about defecting from the Phoenix 5. During their battle, Rogue attempts to